my fellow Americans. On Tuesday, Syrian dictator Bashar al-Assad launched a horrible chemical weapons attack on innocent civilians. Using a deadly nerve agent, Assad choked out the lives of helpless men, women, and children. It was a slow and brutal death for so many. Even beautiful babies were cruelly murdered in this very barbaric attack. No child of God should ever suffer such horror. Tonight I ordered a targeted military strike on the airfield in Syria from where the chemical attack was launched. It is in this vital national security interest of the United States to prevent and deter the spread and use of deadly chemical weapons. There can be no dispute that Syria used banned chemical weapons, violated its obligations under the Chemical Weapons Convention, and ignored the urging of the UN Security Council. Years of previous attempts at changing Assad's behavior have all failed, and failed very dramatically. As a result, the refugee crisis continues to deepen, and the region continues to destabilize, threatening the United States and its allies. Tonight I call on all civilized nations to join us in seeking to end the slaughter and bloodshed in Syria, and also to end terrorism of all kinds and all types. We ask for God's wisdom as we face the challenge of our very troubled world. We pray for the lives of the wounded and for the souls of those who have passed. And we hope that as long as America stands for justice, then peace and harmony will, in the end, prevail. Good night, and God bless America and the entire world. Thank you.
Okay, good morning. We're back here. We're at Blue Jeans Pizza. We're at Blue Jeans Pizza here in Blue Ridge, Georgia. I'm your host, BKP. We're North Georgia's only live online morning show. Tomahawk cruise missiles, 59 of them. Now, yesterday, if you were with us on the show, we played you the statement, and I'm going to say this from the top of my head. We played you the statement from then President Barack Obama, I think it was 2012, but October 21st of 2012, that said there was a red line in the sand. If President Assad used chemical weapons on anyone for any reason, there would be consequences. A year later, on August 21st, 2013, I think it is, exactly 1 year to the date of President Barack Obama's red line in the sand, 1 year to the date, Assad launched chemical weapons on the people there in Syria. 1 year. What did President Obama do? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Yesterday, we played you both videos. We played you where President Donald Trump was in a press conference with the King of Jordan, King Abdullah from Jordan, and was asked about the Syrian attack, sarin gas. And you seen President Trump's answer and what he would do. And guess what, folks? He did that. He did that last night. He said to Assad, now for any critics out there, I would like to hear from you, 706-889-9700 or chief@fetchernews.com, okay? Any critics out there that say that Donald Trump should not have launched those 51 or give the orders to launch those 51 Tomahawk cruise missiles into Syria in that air base, let me know. But let me tell you what did take place, all right? Is put up the picture of the Trump handshake with the Chinese president, okay? Now, last night, President Donald Trump and his wife Melania, the First Lady, have dinner at Mar-a-Lago there in Florida, Trump's estate, with the President of China and his wife, the First Lady of China. And you see the handshake? What do you think he's saying? Think Donald Trump's saying, guess what? By the way, by time they bring you the second course, I'm going to launch 59 Tomahawk cruise missiles into Syria. So how about this? When you get home, you do something about North Korea, or I'll do something about North Korea. You think that might have been possible? Or do you think by the end of the day today that China will realize when they go home, they have a choice? They have a choice to do something about North Korea. Because last night's attack on this military base in Syria, it resonated throughout the world. Because we have had a president that has left us so vulnerable, left this world in such a mess, an absolute mess, all over the globe. And the world, folks, they have been waiting for years for you to lead again, your country, the United States. They have been waiting for that. And last night, Donald Trump said, we're the leaders in the free world, we'll not tolerate this. So if the left, this is a little something for the left, okay? If Donald Trump is so cozy, and he's so cozy with Russia, why would he have done this when all the papers this morning are saying, oh my gosh, now our Russian relations are in tatters. Trump shattered Russian relations last night. Our relationship is gone. Why? I thought Trump and Russia were great friends. I thought Vladimir Putin and Donald Trump were big buddies. Now, just to answer for all the critics out there that are saying that we gave notice to Russia because they had planes on that base and they had people, that is customary, okay? That happens all the time. So it was not uncommon for Donald Trump to have, General Mattis, Secretary of Defense, allow Russia to know we're coming in. That's not uncommon. So don't believe any of the media hype of our Donald Trump called his friend, and this is what happened. So the UN, Donald Trump didn't wait for them. He didn't wait to see if the UN approved. He didn't wait to see what the UN decided to do. He didn't wait for a UN resolution. Didn't wait. Wonder what it's going to be like next time Iran decides to get our ships out there and put our sailors on their knees, our soldiers, remember those pictures, on their knees to gunpoint from Iran? Wonder what happens next time Iran you try to do that. China, you need to go home. Remember all the uproar when Donald Trump came into office? What did he do? He took a phone call from the president of Taiwan. Oh my God, the uproar. Guess what? Paid off in strategy, folks. The guy's not as dumb as the media wants to make him out to be. He's a brilliant man. China, go home, do something with North Korea, or we will. Guess what? Israel seen that last night. Egypt seen that. Jordan seen that. Saudi Arabia, Russia. The world seen that Donald Trump will take care of things. He's not going to play any games. Now, folks, as far as the strike and as far as the intel, you're just going to have to trust General Mattis. For all the people I see on social media already taking the president to task about not going to Congress to get authority to do this, for all the people that are already the conspiracy theorists that are out there that the attack never happened, that Donald Trump just wanted a reason to launch missiles into Syria, all of that going on. You happen to be many of the same people that I seen praising Donald Trump when he picked General Mattis to be Secretary of Defense. So you got to understand, this is how a commander-in-chief works. 75 days in, 76 days in, I think today's 77, I don't know. But 75, 76 days into his presidency, the commander-in-chief calls in the Secretary of Defense. And he says, I want all the options that have been laid out for a possible strike in Syria for retaliation. Secretary of Defense shows him the options. Says which ones have the most danger, would be the most casualties, maybe be the strike that would cause somebody to, civilians to get hurt. Lays all the plans. Then the Secretary of Defense says, hey, this is the route, if you're asking me, Mr. President, that I think we should take. Then the Commander-in-Chief says, okay. Now, that's how a Commander-in-Chief works. Yesterday. So folks, you know Iran, next time you look up in the air and you think, oh, it's a bird, oh, it's a plane, oh, it's $500 billion. You remember we dropped $500 billion? Next time you look up in the air, it might be a Tomahawk cruise missile. Because Donald Trump's not going to play no games with you putting our soldiers on their knees. Okay? I told you yesterday. What did I tell you yesterday? I watch all of these things. The number one word identifying the President of the United States. Yesterday I showed you a clip. King Abdullah Jordan, the President of Egypt, on and on. What is the one word that comes out? Courage. Donald Trump has courage. Folks, this is a serious matter in this response, okay? We're waiting today to see what the retaliation may be, but I do know this for a fact. China noticed. President of China noticed last night. So it's pretty interesting. They were sitting at the table because I say this, I'm so redundant. The media is going to come on this morning and they're going to tell you about Steve Bannon, okay? Put my Steve Bannon at dinner. Is that the one at dinner? All right. Steve Bannon, how Steve Bannon, all of the gossip at the White House that he is fighting in arguments with Trump's son-in-law, Kushner, Jared Kushner. He's on the outs. Bannon's one step from the door. That is the table last night. You got that picture up the table? No, put the one where they're at the table. You see the one with that at the table? Look down the table, the President of China there. Folks, if you take a good look there, you'll find Steve Bannon had dinner with them last night. He was there. You see, Steve Bannon was standing right next to Ivanka Trump. The media is determined to keep their focus on helping the Democrats in their takedown. Their takedown is General Flynn. Their takedown is Kellyanne Conway. Their takedown is Steve Bannon. Their takedown is Bill O'Reilly, okay? If you take down Bill O'Reilly, Rachel Maddow, they're doing articles every day on how Rachel Maddow's ratings are going up dramatically, and I think she even beat O'Reilly 2 nights ago, Monday night, in the ratings, okay? So their takedown of O'Reilly. They're continuing with their strategy to do a takedown. Now, they went nuclear yesterday, and I don't mean Donald Trump. I'm talking the Senate. They went nuclear, and they are going to vote on Neil Gorsuch today. Neil Gorsuch will be the next Supreme Court Justice of the United States to take former Justice, the great Justice Antonin Scalia's place. I told you yesterday, we talked about it yesterday. I told you. North Korea, China, it was all going to come together. Donald Trump does not play games. We're going to have our all-star panel at 9. We're going to talk about this, reaction to this, and other things going on in the world. Yes, Devin Nunes resigned. Why did Devin Nunes resign as the chairman of the House Intelligence Committee? I have an opinion on that. We'll talk about that at 9 o'clock. So I'm your host, BKP. Up next, right after this, we're going to have, when we come back from commercial, our weekly segment of Ask the Doc. Dr. Whaley will be with us. We have some questions for him this morning. And then, let me pull this up. Do you know what the Blue Notes are? Do you like jazz? Do you know what the Blue Notes are? They raise money to assist jazz bands in high school. So we're going to have a little 10-minute segment on that. They're going to come by and tell us about this great fundraiser, the Blue Notes, which raises money to assist jazz bands in high school. I'm your host, BKP. We'll be back right after these messages with Dr. Whaley.
It's a new year. New you at Schottenkirk Ford Jasper. Ring in the new year with huge deals on a brand new Ford. Right now, get exceptional offers like 0% financing plus a $1,500 factory rebate on a new 2017 Ford F-150 XLT. Or get 0% financing plus a $1,000 factory rebate on a new 2017 Ford Explorer. Make your resolution a reality during the New Year, New You sales event at Schottenkirk Ford Jasper, home of the Schottenkirk Customer Guarantee. Visit us online at SchottenkirkFordJasper.com.
Ace is your healthful place for paint and home goods, tools, outdoor living, and lawn equipment. But did you know Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge is a little bit more? We have hunting rifles and accessories for your next hunting trip. We have Amish furniture imported directly from Ohio. And we have Ace Custom Woodworks for all your custom wood project needs, from cabinets to artwork. Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge. We have your new house in stock.
Family-owned and operated, and a local favorite for families, parties, and meetings.
Great prices,
friendly service, and delicious Mexican cuisine.
patio dining available.
Come sing in Carlos's Cantina every Friday 9 to 1.
Eat in or take away.
Same location for 14 years. Open 7 days at the corner of Maddox Drive and 515. North Georgia's favorite Mexican cuisine. El Rey in Ellijay.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds. Come on in to view the area's largest selection of fine jewelry at North Georgia Diamond. All repairs and designs are done on site by our jewelers. And North Georgia Diamond has the lowest prices on loose diamonds. You can also sell your gold, silver, and coins at North Georgia Diamond between Walmart and Lowe's in East Ellijay. Locally owned by Bill and Allison Craig, North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
And we're back. I'm your host, BKP. We're at Blue Jeans Pizza in Blue Ridge, Georgia. We come to you every Friday morning here. Just a little programming note. Next Friday morning, we will be doing a post-legislative session interview with House Speaker David Ralston. He will be here with us at Blue Jeans next week. talking about the post-legislative session.
What time is he going to be on?
I think about 9:15.
Oh, in the midst of your
Yes.
all-star panel.
Exactly. So, Dr. Whaley, welcome this morning. A lot has happened since last night or yesterday afternoon, and I know you said something about you wanted to make some comments concerning last night and the missile strike in Syria.
Your first guest this morning is Commander William H. Whaley, U.S. Navy Reserve, retired, okay? And I'm wearing my jacket this morning because frequently as we've sat here over the last, 10 months or so, I've encouraged these young people graduating from school here who don't have the resources to go to college to consider a period of military service. I was reading in the local newspaper a week or two ago about one of the young ladies up here who had just graduated from naval boot camp. Yesterday, those missiles were fired. You think about all those generals you see on television, all those colonels you see on Fox as consultants. These missiles were prepared, fired, plotted. The course was plotted all by enlisted people between the ages of about 19 and 22. Think about that just a minute. $1 million a piece, those missiles, entrusted to 19-year-old to 22-year-old, well-trained high school graduates from Midland, Texas, and Blue Ridge, Georgia, and somewhere. And yes, the decision was made at the top by Donald Trump, transmitted to some admiral with 2 stars, transmitted to that destroyer to a guy with my rank who was the captain, transmitted down to a chief petty officer, probably 16, 17-year enlisted, but the work was done by young people. I mean, they learned a trade and they carried out a great act yesterday, but I just want to give credit to the fact that the actual preparing, firing, and doing all that stuff was done by young people that graduated from high school.
Well, I appreciate you bringing that up because we want to always honor and respect our men and women in military, and they are prepared.
Yeah, great way to learn a trade.
They are prepared, and I don't know. I for one am very comfortable with Mattis as the Secretary of Defense, and I'm for sure that he gave the president the best plan. Was I kind of correct in laying out?
Absolutely. The other thing I wanted to say was that as you listen this morning, you're going to hear several talking heads talking about those cruise Tomahawks, that they are so accurate. I heard it as I came in on Fox, that we could put it in the southwest corner window of the 10th floor of a building. And then somebody in disbelief said, well, how do we do that? He said, well, we have all this new GPS we've spent millions on, but that last little piece of accuracy requires that we have a boot on the ground, a special operator with a laser. And he's going to point that laser at the window he wants it to go in, and then that thing's going to fly down that laser beam and go right in that window. So one of the other things that we have to say about this attack was we had special operators within a few miles of that ground that were helping them target exactly what they wanted to target. So this was such a sophisticated operation. You know, you think it looks like they just shot a bunch of 53 missiles up in the air and into a place as big as the Ingalls parking lot and let them just hit where they were going to hit. That wasn't what happened. They knew where every one of those things was